morning, folks. Everybody's still asleep. Well, I'm starting to figure out what buttons to push, refreshing my memory on how to get on the office. Well, you ever have one of them nights, tired, sleepy, and you lay your head down, and just sleep don't come. One of them last night. Well, we'll let it sit a few more minutes. See if anybody gonna come in. It'd be too early or too late. I don't know. Good morning. How you doing? Hope you had a good night. Hmm. Well, I'm about my third cup. I've been up a while. That first cup of coffee ought to be. Be ready to bust them two eggs before long. Tell you what, I'm allergic to eggs, and I sure miss them things. Hey, James, how you doing this morning? Weren't you supposed to be at Ironwood? Something happened. That's when my computer was about half on the blink. Oh, out. Oh, you got the knee pad. When I was married, I decided we was going to tile the biggest part of that house. Ooh, mm. Well, I was thinking you said you were going to be there. Oh, I'm not a fan of putting tile up. I can do it. I got a friend of mine that's a tile guy. He can make it look so easy. I got to turn the heater down. Well, how you doing now, James? Boy, I don't know. There's something in the air that's killing me. Boy, ain't that the truth. I look at this screen here and think, who in the hell is that old man? It's supposed to start warming up here. Last couple of days been pretty chilly. Two eggs. What part of the country you from? Hard to know, but West Arkansas. Oh, that's some pretty country. Are you still in Texas then, James? Morning, Nomad. How you doing that bright, sunshiny morning? We catching everybody on their first cup. Oh, Rocky doing fine. I didn't know how he was gonna be on that trip, but he did good. The only thing that was really funny on him, I knew he was gonna have to be on a leash out there, and he's never had even a collar on since he was a puppy. I bought a collar and put on that dog, and he locked up, just standing up, and he didn't move for 30 minutes. You could holler at him, say anything he wanted to, and he wouldn't move a muscle. Finally, he got used to it, and he did real good on a leash. He got spoiled. Everybody wanted to pet him and play with him. But he's a good pup. When we left out there, I went on to see Badge and some more folks, and when we left, I swear him down, he got mad. He wouldn't have nothing to do with nobody for once we crawled in that van and headed back to Texas. Funny dog. I think I'm fixing to take Rocky and put him in that class. Rocky's already got all the good habits. He'll heal, and when he's on that leash, he's pretty settled down. But the only thing, if he gets around a new person, he wants to jump. I'm trying to break him of that. Way back when I broke him ribs, well, he dug a hole that I didn't know he had in the grass, and I tripped and busted my butt. And Rocky freaked out, man. He went over there and went to try to get his nose up under me and get me up. I think he'd make a pretty good service dog. They got so many different classes of them service dogs, and it ain't even funny. What kind of dog is Midnight? Well, if you got half that cup down, Nomad, Black Lab. Them labs are some smart dogs. Yeah. You got one eye open now anyway, Nomad. My coffee cup is a mess. I made some hot chocolate in it yesterday and it boiled over or last night. It's amazing what them dogs can learn. Yeah, they really do. The neat part about the labs, and my favorite is the yellow lab, but the neat part about them is they're easy to train because they want to make you happy. If you can just get it over to them what you want, they'll do it. Best dog I ever owned was a big old yellow lab named Misty. There wasn't but one problem with her, and she was a dominant female, and she wouldn't put up with another dog. Hey, people. Good morning. How you doing, Phil? Well, I got to get on the phone here in a minute and see if I can get a hold of that eye clinic over in Temple, VA, and see when they want to schedule up. They doing this other cataract. Hey, good morning, Nate. How you doing this fine sunshiny morning? Got your nose to the grindstone, huh, Nate? Nate, when I went out to that meetup in Arizona, I come to North Texas and hit 80-mile-an-hour winds about where you broke down at. I couldn't hardly hold that man on the road. Stout enough, it was turning some semis over. That wind's always blowing in that particular area there. About the time you hit 10, about halfway to El Paso, that's a bad spot. I had a hell of a day that second day going to Ironwood. I drove about 5 hours that first day. I was still pretty shaky. And the second day, got up and felt better and took off, and I hit those 80-mile-an-hour winds first in Texas. Then I got to New Mexico and hit two different dust storms that you drive about 20 miles an hour. Then I drove about another 100 miles and got out to fuel up, like froze to death. It had dropped to about 20 degrees and was sleeting and snowing. So I got it all that one day. Yeah, I talked to him when he was on his way home. He was supposed to come on down here, but he was wore out. He decided he was going to go home. Now I feel it's hard to beat. I haven't found no place. I found some places I like, but I haven't found every one that I want to stay with. Yeah, and I didn't go through Flagstaff. I was down on 10. I drove about another 100 miles and was out of it. Just sunshiny and pretty. Flagstaff can get a lot of snow. I've got caught in a couple of snowstorms there. Nomad, one of the wildest rides I ever took. I was delivering them RVs and I was pulling 38-foot fifth wheel. And you know that highway from Flagstaff to Phoenix, it's got some hellacious grades on it. I pulled up to the top of that first pass and they got a place to check your brakes. I got out and checked the brakes. I done lost the brakes on that big trailer. I called the factory and told them what the deal was, and it was brakes were messed up inside. I couldn't get to them, and I talked to the supervisor, and he said, "Can you get it in?" I said, "Yeah, I can take it in, but you're gonna agree to pay for my truck and this trailer if I can't make it in, if I pull it through all these damn mountains with no brakes." They finally agreed to it. Anyway, I went on to Phoenix, no brakes on that big old trailer, and I was lucky I was driving a standard transmission, so that made it a little better. That was a pucker ride though, and I said pucker. Phil, a lot of people don't know it, but if you come through Waco, the Texas Ranger Hall of Fame is, and their headquarters is right here in Waco. They got a real nice museum. Yeah, 17, that's it, James. But that, if you're ever in Waco, you need to go to that Texas Ranger Hall of Fame. That's pretty interesting. And if you're in dinosaurs, they just opened a new state park here where they were, I don't know, I guess 7, 8 years ago. Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, you can lose the brakes. I didn't have any to start with. Yeah, Dr. Pepper Museum, the silos. That's not one of them here in Waco talked the city into letting him do it, but they had some big, huge grain silos. And he went in there and set stores and everything else. People from all over come to it. That's right next to that Dr. Pepper Museum. I haven't been to that dinosaur park. I need to do that. They put a low water dam on that Brazos River here in Waco, and boy, there's a bunch of people freaking out. There's about 8 foot alligators showed up in that lake. They've been seen half a dozen times. There's a lot of kayaking and stuff there, boy. They're trying to talk them into taking that gator and moving him. I was talking to Cookie the other day, and he was telling me he got hold of one of them alligator heads that is motorized. It's a toy, but it's just a head that goes in the water. He said he had a ball with that thing for a while until somebody took a paddle and wore it out. Ask him about his alligator head. I watched some videos down on Atlanta, I think it was, where they were doing tubes, the floats, and they had that alligator head out there, and people's reaction was just wild. Yeah, he was a class act. Phil, I had a lot of respect for him. I hated to see him bite the dust. Oh man, did all right. Being a 1 ton, well, I wasn't looking for much gas mileage, but it seemed like it did pretty good. Yeah, it's a radio control Gatorade. A bunch of them get so shook up that they just fall out of the inner tubes, which was the worst thing you could do. But Cookie said his Gator didn't last long. Yeah, I did that to a game board one time. Some girls gave me a 6 foot black snake, and that thing would just look like it crawl off any minute. It was realistic, and I took some fishing cord and tied that snake's head and coiled it up in the passenger seat on that game board in the car, and tied it to the driver door handle. When he opened that door, that snake jumped at him. Yeah, I guess you could, no Matt. I had to do that when I game warden didn't have his gun on though. He was in between 2 cars, and he was bouncing off them cars like a ping pong ball, trying to get away from there. Well, I guess I better get up and do something. I trying to make up my mind if I want to go take a nap or if I want to go to work. Imagine I need to go to work. Yeah, everybody have a great day. I appreciate y'all coming in. We will see y'all later.